Hey everyone, Mr. Krumholtz here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about how to go from your pencil bow grip for your violin or viola and to transfer it over to your normal bow hold. Okay, so please watch the first video, which would be titled How to Hold Your Violin Viola Bow Part 1, and obviously this is Part 2. Alright, so at first we learned how to hold our pencil this way, holding the tip of the pencil with your left hand, and then we talked about this little bird story where we put our fingers over, and you can watch that video, the previous video, the part 1, okay? But the reason we hold it at the tip is because if you look at the bow and the end of your pencil, it actually looks very similar, kinda, this part and this part. So that's what we're trying to recreate. You're holding, you don't have to hold both of these, I'm just kind of showing it to you. So normally we're gonna hold our pencil and we do our bow hold, yada, yada, yada. And now we're just pretending that this pencil is this part of the bow here. Okay, so I'm holding my bow here with my left hand. My frog is on the right, and the tip is over here on my left side, over here. Okay, it's a little confusing, sorry. And then you're just gonna form your bow hold. So remember the story, thumb under here. Notice a couple things, right? Which finger is actually on the frog? Well, it's not my index finger. Oh, wrong one. It's not my middle finger. That's kind of on there. The middle finger is over that silver part and a little bit on the hair of the bow, which is sometimes okay. But it's the ring finger that is a little bit on the frog of the bow. And then the pinky, remember, that pinky sits on top, okay? So once you've figured out and you're a little comfortable with holding your bow, hold it with two hands. A lot of times kids hold it with one hand and then their hand starts to do this and the thumb starts to go crazy. So make it easy for yourself. Hold it with two hands for now, and you can practice a couple exercises while you're doing this. You could just do some finger taps. Do 10 index fingers. And then you could do a couple pinky taps. Those are really good. Make sure they're high so you're really feeling your hand work out. Okay? You could even do, I don't know, middle fingers if you want. So just do 10 of each. Go ahead at your own time, making sure that your thumb is still bent, okay, and your fingers are as relaxed as possible. There's another exercise you could do too. You could hold it vertically and just go, this is pretty tough, but if you can flex your fingers like this, that's a really, really solid bow hold exercise. Usually you can't do this in the first couple weeks. You kind of have to have the shape of your hand to then start doing this, but all of these things, if you just relax your hand, once you form your hand, you should be able to flex your fingers. Like that's the big goal there. You can do those a bunch of times for practice, okay? And then you've got your bow hold here. So I like to hold it with two hands so that my hand is learning how to hold the bow. And then eventually, as more often you do this, you don't have to use your left hand, and then your hand, you'll feel that it's getting a little tighter because the whole weight of the bow is now in your right hand. But if you're holding it correctly with that pinky on top, that's actually a really big, important piece of this. That balances the bow. Without the pinky, the bow kind of falls off. All right, so relax, shake out your hand a couple times. Don't shake it so violently. Just kind of shake it lightly like this, and then stretch your hand out a little bit. Okay, and then we'll try it again. So hold it up with the left, build your bow hold, thumb underneath. Goes right in this little spot there, okay? And then you can, and look how spread out my fingers are. A lot of kids I see holding this way, up here, all the way up here. It's all about the thumb, actually. And let me show you the reverse bow hold. Check this out. You could pause that if you want just to see another angle of the thumb. It's super important. Okay, here's a couple bow exercises you can do. If you've gotten this far, congratulations. That's pretty tough. So you can hold it up and down, and you can do what's called, I call them, I don't know, bow lifts, or you can call them rocket chips. So you want to go up, and you want to go down. Up and down. But just make sure that you're holding your bow properly while you do this. Don't slip your hand, and all of a sudden it turns into that. Okay, so you can do this about 10 times. One, and move your arm. Don't move your whole body or anything like this. Just try to move just isolate your arm so it's just your arm that's moving, okay? Just like this. Okay, once you've done that, you can do the spider crawl. There's a couple of variations of the spider crawl that we've talked about. So you can start at the top and then just work your way all the way down to the frog of the bow. And then you could also go, I just saw this video of a guy doing it sideways. Check this out. This is hard. I tried to do it today. So he did it really fast. So you want to try to crawl all the way to the tip, and you'll notice when you get to the middle of the bow, it's going to get really heavy. This is a fun one. And then once you get to the tip, oh boy, I'll get there. You could flip your bow around. Whoa, that's tough. And then you can go the other way. This is really good for me too, okay? So that's another way to crawl your bow. Looks a little messy how I'm doing it, but maybe I need some more practice. Oh, sorry. So that's a couple different bow exercises. Try not to touch the hair too much. I know with that one your hand will touch the hair. You shouldn't touch the hair, but every once in a while it's not the worst thing that can happen. All right, so there's your bow hold, your violin viola bow hold. Just some simple bow exercises for you to try. And you can watch some other videos. Once you've got your bow hold nice and comfortable, then you can start to play your violin or viola and do nice long slow bows. I have a video on that too. Check them out. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Bye.